Will not break. Will not... It broke.
What's up, Space Pirates? This is your Admiral, the always outstanding Dr. Disaster, and Xbox decided to F around and find out in the most hilarious fashion. Xbox decided to raise prices on Game Pass, and if it had been just a couple of dollars a month, like most subscription services when they decide to raise prices, I imagine that this would not have been a big deal. It would have been the frog boiling in the pot. If you gradually turn up the heat, they won't even realize that they're cooking, but Microsoft could not help themselves. They raised Game Pass Ultimate by 50%, and gamers are out of here.
All right, lads. I'm not dying for these bastards. Let's go home.
Stop, men! Do not flee! Wait until we've negotiated!
So, here's the thing. Not only did Game Pass Ultimate go up from $20 to $30 per month, but Game Pass Premium, as it's now called, the now $15 option per month, that no longer gives you Xbox published releases on day one. Now, it says that you can play them within a year of release. So essentially, you are being asked to drop $30 every month for the privilege of essentially renting a new game.
Well, I'm out of here.
Canceled Game Pass subscriptions are being posted all over social media as a result of this price change, and in fact, the traffic was so full on the Game Pass website with people trying to cancel that, as you can see here in this tweet, the site where you go to cancel went down for a while. Everyone is firmly against this price change, which clearly shows that the Game Pass model, as many of us have been saying, simply does not work. In order to make money on the 75 day one games released annually on Game Pass, Xbox has to charge you for the making of games that most people do not care about and do not play. This model incentivizes shoddy game development, and in order to actually be profitable, we can now see what they have to charge.
No, Vesper, don't! No.
Fool you!
Alright, me hearties, make sure that you hit the like button on this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I've had a lot of people tell me that they have been unwillingly unsubscribed to the channel recently, so make sure you check on that, and also, give me a follow over on X, where my handle is Dr. Disaster1, and if you feel like supporting the channel and helping to keep the lights on, consider becoming a member for as little as $5 per month. After all, if you're anything like the rest of the gaming community, you just saved some money by canceling your Game Pass. But anyhow, for the past few years, when they were charging, $12 per month for the base Game Pass plan in order to play day one on games on PC? But anyhow, when they were doing that, I think it was similar to a loss leader strategy by a big company like Microsoft that can afford to take it in the tailpipe for a while, but not forever. If you aren't familiar, a loss leader is something where a store like Target, for example, will advertise, a $45 video game when that game cost them $50 to buy. The idea is that if you get people in the door and take a loss with an exciting price, then the customer will buy other things while they are in that store, like maybe a new controller or other new games, or maybe you'll get your groceries in that store while you're there. When it comes to Game Pass and Xbox, it isn't exactly the same thing. You aren't expected to buy anything else, but they were willing to take a hit on their bottom line long enough to show people how valuable their service was. The problem is, from the consumer perspective, it isn't that valuable. $30 per month amounts to $360 per year. That is like buying 5 brand new games at the full price each year, which most gamers do not do. Most gamers buy 2 or maybe 3. But now, at this new price point of $30, you are forced to subsidize the development of games like Avowed, which by most accounts was shoddily designed, and the developers dove headfirst into culture war controversy. For all the people who refuse to buy a game because of that sort of thing, the Game Pass business model asks you to pay for it anyhow. And the reason is that quite obviously, at the previous price point, Game Pass was not profitable. That's why they had to raise the prices. If it was anywhere near profitable, then Xbox would have raised the price only a couple of bucks. But obviously, upper management at the company needs to see money now. I mean, look at what a mess Xbox has been in over the past few years. Look at all the layoffs that have happened with this company. There have been multiple rounds of layoffs with thousands of people affected just this year alone, and that is not the sign of a healthy company. The Xbox fanboys keep insisting that everything is swell. Whenever I talked about the layoffs, they smugly reply that Xbox is a part of Microsoft, just about the richest company in the world, and they would mock the idea that they could even have problems, as if Microsoft is willing to tolerate tens of billions of dollars in investment from when they bought out the likes of Blizzard and Bethesda without a whole lot to show for it indefinitely, as if they are willing to tolerate that forever. But Xbox is its own division within Microsoft, and spoiler alert, they have to operate at a profit, at least in the long run, in order to not see major shakeups. This is why they also recently raised the prices of their consoles. The Series S went from $380 to $400. The Series X went from $600 to $650. The digital Series X went from $550 to $600. And the 2TB Series X went from $730 to $800 freaking dollars. I am old enough to remember when game consoles, like anything else, actually lowered in price throughout the course of its life cycle, especially as we neared the end of it, and presumably a new generation is set to come out sometime soon. But no, instead, Xbox is raising prices, and this reeks of desperation. And I'm not claiming that this means that the coffers are out of money at Microsoft or anything like that. I am aware that Microsoft has more money than they know what to do with. But what this tells me is that they are operating at a deficit at Xbox, and management at Xbox is getting their feet put to the fire to try to make this thing profitable, and this is the result. Hell, they even tried raising the prices of games like Outer Worlds 2, as you guys may recall, to $80 this past summer, but they at least backed down on that when people complained enough about it. Clearly people weren't willing to pay $80, so they brought it back down to $70. But anyhow, just so you can see how poorly received this change of price has been, take a look at this announcement video from the official Xbox YouTube channel. They have just under 250,000 views so far, and they have been ratioed with 7.4 thousand likes to 30,000 dislikes. And to the 7,000 or so people out there who hit the like button on this, what in the flying hell was there to like about this announcement? What new features did they add that made you excited to spend 50% more? I simply cannot fathom watching this announcement and thinking that this is something good. And it looks like most people agree. The comment section brutalizes Xbox. This guy here wrote, "Cancels subscription. That's how I play now." What do you mean, my feedback? When did I ask for a price increase? And as you can see, this person ratioed the video itself, getting 10,000 likes on the comment. And then this person damn near ratioed them, saying, "This is how we play now." Sounds like the most unintentionally threatening slogan I've ever seen. And then this person wrote, "I don't remember my feedback being raise the price by 50%. And then this guy almost ratioed them as well, writing, "Brave of them to leave comments on." And then this one will almost certainly ratio the video soon, writing, "You know it's gonna be bad when they say, 'We've listened to your feedback.' But you guys get the picture. People are pissed, and they have every right to be. Xbox pulled the rug out from under everyone, and I will be very interested to see how those subscription numbers dip, if Xbox is even brave enough to give us the numbers at the end of the quarter. But I'm gonna leave it there. Drop your mockery of Xbox and the new Game Pass model into the comment section below, and we will talk there. Thanks for watching, me hearties. If you haven't already, your Admiral is inviting you to subscribe to the channel and become a part of the crew. Life as a space pirate may not be glamorous, but there's always plenty of booty.